Welcome back to Twin Tarot. I'm Gary, and this is not David. And today, we're going to look at Elon Musk, I think. I've had a couple of starts and stops with this video. I started on two different topics, and one of them I was starting to throw cards, and I wasn't understanding what I was seeing, and it wasn't going to be helpful to anybody, so I just stopped. Maybe that was the message Spirit was trying to tell me. Just stop, Gary. You're not helping anyone with this reading. And then I started a second reading, and I got through the introduction, and I realized that I wasn't ready to do that reading either. It just felt like I should be doing something else. So this is my third topic here, and it's a topic that, and I think the reason why I'm kind of leaning to this is there were a lot of folks in the comments that were talking about this, and that's was Elon Musk part of this whole stealing of the election, if the election was actually stolen, right? So we've got our theories about what may have happened. I was watching a Linda G video today where she got a letter from some person who I guess has worked in the past as a computer hacker or a counter hacker, and he was saying that what they're doing was probably easily done and might have been done prior to the elections in either 2016 or 2020, where they've already got the voting machines with the malware in them. Personally, I think what may be happening is there may be malware that's been loaded into the servers or into the systems that actually compile all the votes, because each county will take the data off of the machines and then basically load it into compile it, gather it all up and summarize it, and that information gets put on a server and then it gets transmitted to the state. So I think it's entirely possible that if there's malware, it could be there. There could be malware. Yeah, what people were saying was that the voting machines aren't connected to the internet. Okay, that's fine. You can still load the machine with malware, depending if you're doing over-the-air updates. I mean, someone's got to program the candidates, for example, and the ballot measures. That all has to be put in there. So there's definitely stuff that goes on, and I don't think it's 100 people in the state each coding their own thing. They're given code to load, I'm assuming. Now, I'm not an IT expert, and I didn't sleep in a Holiday Inn Express last night, so that's just Gary thought, right? But there's a lot of people thinking that Elon Musk and his Starlink system may have been involved in this. It's possible. I think Russia and or maybe the Israelis might be involved. The Israelis because they want Trump in office, because Trump will support their war on Hamas. Putin, obviously, his life and his legacy hinge on Trump getting into office and weakening the Ukraine and giving Putin some sort of a victory in Ukraine. Putin realizes that if Harris gets in his presidency, he's done, because the amount of aid going to the Ukraine will increase, and that he can't take it on. He's already throwing North Korean soldiers at it and using 50, 60, 70-year-old weapons in this war. It's a battle of attrition, and he's losing this battle big time. So he's got a lot at stake. Putin is also very good at rigging elections. He's been doing it for years in Russia. It's not like they don't know how to do it, right? So all they need is that back door in. So now, did Elon Musk play a role in this? And let's think about some of the stuff Elon Musk has done. There was this whole situation where Elon Musk had some sort of website that you would go in and you would say, are you a Democrat, Independent, or Republican? And depending on what answer you put in, it would send you to a different website, and they would collect all sorts of data on you. I'm just kind of wondering if that was somewhat used in this campaign. I mean, sure, it could have been used for legitimate outreach purposes or not. Musk has satellites that can transmit data. You know, he's certainly not afraid to turn them off on Ukraine to benefit the Russians. So who's to say he's not willing to turn them on to benefit the Russians and an election that he's got a hand in? So there's a lot out there. It's all kind of conspiracy at this point because we don't have anything to prove it. It's all conspiracy theory. It's not conspiracy fact. So once we have facts and we can prove it, then it becomes an actual conspiracy and not just a theory. So for entertainment purposes only, make sure I got the cards upright. Did Elon Musk have a role in... Oh, let me rephrase that. Because he did have a role in the election. Did Elon Musk participate in the 2024 election to fraudulently get Trump elected as president? And so there we go. For entertainment purposes only. Not legitimately, but fraudulently. Did he help Trump cheat? Whether Trump knew it or not. Okay. Foundation of the reading is the King of Wands. Stand by. Sorry. So the King of Wands. So this is about strong messaging. It's a powerful messaging card. This is, in theory, this is someone who's being honest. Someone who's showing strength. Which is an interesting foundation card when you're reading on Elon Musk. And the cross... Oh, okay. All right. So, okay. So what I think this is, the light bulb just went on. I think this is Elon Musk likes to show himself as this strong, mature person with this strong messaging. I'm a billionaire. I know what I'm doing. You should listen to me and listen to what I have to say. However, the challenge is, he's really not that strong. It's kind of a front. It's a veneer. He wants people to think that he's strong and he's got his stuff together. Underneath, he really doesn't. He needs people around him telling him how wonderful he is so that, to feed his ego so that he can remain strong. The energy we're not seeing is the moon card, confusion, mysteries. So that really kind of aligns with these two cards here. So we don't really know what's going on with this whole election and Musk's involvement. Or at least he's trying to make sure we don't know what's going on and what his involvement was. I'm not saying he did anything. It's just that there's kind of this veil of confusion out there to prevent us from having clarity whether he was in the clear or not. Did I mention this is for entertainment purposes only? Because I really don't want to get sued by anyone. In the past, we got the Seven of Pentacles. This could be all the hard work that Elon Musk has done, his visionary nature on going to Mars, SpaceX, having freedom of speech on X, which we can all see how well that's working. He's got all these great ideas. Some of them make money and some don't, but he certainly makes a lot of money, and he believes that we should all listen to him because he's so wealthy. Okay. Listen to me. I've got many things of value to bring. Okay. Current situation is the Hangman. Looking at things from a different perspective, as Dave says, sometimes throw people under the bus. So, Elon Musk has definitely a different perspective than me. He's all about First Amendment rights, but like Trump, it's like, but only if you agree with me. If you dare challenge my opinion, you're clearly an uneducated oaf, which is ironic considering his messaging is pandering to MAGA, who are not necessarily known for their critical thinking skills. But since we're trying to find out, did he have a role to play in this? Maybe this is the first cards is, well, let's get you to introduce you to the person that you're asking the question about. He definitely thinks differently. The overarching energy is the devil. He has linked himself to Trump and MAGA and that, that money and wealth and power are things that everyone should give to him. It's you can release yourself from the devil, but right now he has chained himself to it. It's all about money, power, and control. Lesson to be learned is Three of Swords, heartbreak, disappointment. Certainly, Elon's reputation outside of MAGA circles has very much deteriorated. The people who bought Tesla cars, back in 2013 or so when they first came out, they were very liberal, kind of conservationist minded folks. Yeah, they were wealthy, but they were buying it because the cars were green, the cars were nice, and it was good for the environment, yada yada yada. And those are the people who are very disappointed. That's why you see those stickers on the cars that says, I bought this before Elon went nuts. So there's so many people that are disappointed with the direction he has taken. So I don't think this reading is any more about did he interfere, but understand the person that you're asking the question. Outcome, the Nine of Swords, anxiety. Elon Musk has certainly created a lot of anxiety with this whole election. I'm sure the Republicans love him. He's got deep pockets. He's more than willing to go in and slash the government to make it quote unquote more efficient. He's willing to do Trump's bidding. He's chained himself to Trump and Project 2025, ergo. But he's creating a nightmare scenario for this nation. And this could also be, he's got his own demons in his, that he's contending with. So for the people that look up to Musk, understand what he truly is, because he might not be the strong, intelligent, super rich guy that you think he is. I'm sure he's super rich. I'm sure he's wealthier than Trump is, but I don't think he's quite as smart as he wants you to think he is, and he's not as strong as he wants you to think he is. That's all well and good. There's not a lot of Elon Musk fans in our audience, so I'm just preaching to the choir. I'm sure I'm going to get lots of thumbs up on this video. But what we really want to know is, was he creating? Was he illegally inserting himself? Was he inserting himself into this election to create an outcome that wasn't the will of the voters? So let's find out. Did he help subvert the will of the voters in the 2024 presidential election? I guess it wasn't just the presidential election. It could have been the Senate seats too, right? And Congress. But we'll just start with the presidential election. The deck wanted to be shuffled right there and cut right there. So let's see how we do. Okay. Was he involved in overturning the will of the voters? Okay, foundation of the reading, Nine of Cups. Hopes, wishes, dreams fulfilled. Well, whose hopes, wishes, and dreams? MAGA and Trump? Yeah, probably. I'm going to go with, he said that if Trump doesn't win, I'm screwed. Yeah, right now he's pretty smug. He's liking where things are ending up. Did he have something to do with it, though? The cross. Well, thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so the cross is the King of Swords. The King of Swords is basically the card is like, it's like a judgmental card, but it's not an emotional. It's like factual. This is what you did. You can't deny it. You had a hand in this. This is what you did. Good or bad, right? So, he's on the outside. He's very pleased, but underneath it, he's being challenged with, yeah, but you know what? You were up to skullduggery here. There might have been things you were doing that weren't on the up and up. We may find out what they are. We may not. Underneath it is the Three of Cups. Once again, I keep getting this. Well, historically, I've used that as the Democrats celebrating election victory for Kamala Harris. Clearly, I've been wrong the entire time I've been using that card as a victory for the Democrats and Kamala Harris. Unless, of course, there was cheating going on, right? I'm not suggesting that there was cheating, but it would explain why I keep reading it as a victory for the Democrats and they keep not getting it. So let's get back down to this. So because you're smug and you did this, you may have prevented the celebration. Of course, the celebration could just be MAGA and the Republicans celebrating their victory. Women who love MAGA helped push MAGA over the top. I don't know. Let's see if we can get a little more going on with these cards. It's that Queen of Wands again. In the past, we had the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is about messaging. It's also about getting stuff done, being very, very busy. You've got the Lion cards there on the banner, which is, in the previous reading, it was all about, women looking in the lion's mouth because Elon Musk is not as strong as he wants you to think he is. And in the past, that could be what that's doing, is sort of reaffirming that, you know what? He puts himself out there as this strong messenger who gets lots of things done, but in the background, he's not as strong. He wants to project strength, but he's not as strong as you think he is. Current situation, Two of Cups, agreements. Yeah, I mean, he may have been making agreements with non-state actors to influence this election. This could also be, hey, he just understood what the voters wanted and was able to provide resources to Trump to reach out to them. Sorry, I'm playing both sides until I can kind of figure out what's going on here. Overarching energy is the Moon card. Mystery, confusion, secrets. If he did get himself involved in this, his whole goal is to make sure we don't know about it. But the bottom line, they do not want us to know what his role was in this, what his agreements were, and keeping his secrets about him not being as strong as he thinks he is. Lesson to be learned, Empress. Oh, well, I guess the secret's out. The Mother Russia card. Maybe he was making deals with Mother Russia on giving them a back door and a mechanism to get in there and change votes. But let's see what the outcome is. Five of Cups. Yeah, sorrow. Emotional sorrow, not happy with what things have come out, the way things have come out. Those are not great cards if you are innocent of or not guilty of fiddling with the election results. There were a lot of people in the comments saying he had some sort of app that he knew the election results 4 hours before they were called. I don't know if that means that he knew at midnight or if he knew, when he knew. But there's just a lot of things that seem odd about this election, about how quickly the votes were tallied, how Trump won the popular vote. How is that even possible? These cards are not great cards for Elon Musk if he was completely innocent of wrongdoing. But we have to get past the Moon card, that overarching energy of the Moon card, in order to get to the truth. So we're going to do one more reading, which I guess is the obvious question is, will we get to the truth? Will the truth come out before inauguration if there was election interference and if Elon Musk had a hand in it? Will that truth come out? So hopefully the Sun card comes out, right? That would be a wonderful card to see for this question. So will the truth come out before Inauguration Day? Will we know for a fact? Will we know if Elon Musk had a hand in overturning the will of the voters by Inauguration Day? Okay. Not if Mother Russia has a say in it. Foundation is the Empress. Cross is the Magician. Yeah, and Trump manifesting his Trumpian powers. Underneath it is the Hangman, looking at things in a different light, seeing things a different way. Oof. Oh boy. Is the Magician always Trump though? I need to slow down and not always use what we've done in the past. Because in the past we've used the Magician card as when we're reading on Trump, because he's always trying to manifest his own kind of truth. The Magician in this case could be the investigation that is going into election interference and looking at all of the evidence and all of the facts and trying to bring this manifestation of the truth forward. The energy underneath it is the Hangman. I think what this is is that this is in fact the investigation into Russia's interference. And what they need to do is they need to look at this from an angle that they don't normally look at things. That it's not their standard protocol for how to research or investigate. They may have to turn it on its ear a little bit in order to get to the bottom of this thing, especially given the time frame they've got to do it. In the past, you got the King of Cups. This has been the Joe Biden card. And that makes sense in this position that Biden may be leading this. There's been absolutely zero conversation about the federal government looking into any kind of election interference. Matter of fact, just the opposite. All the messaging seems to be that they're just giving up and rolling with the punches on this. We'll see. I'm hoping they haven't, because I think there might be there's smoke, and I think there might be some fire. But if they look in the right places. Current energy is the Seven of Pentacles. Contemplating, looking at the data. I think that it ties in again with this Hangman. They've got a kind of a conflicting things. They need to be contemplative about it, but they don't have a lot of time. They've got to be very decisive about this, but they need time to think. And how did Mother Russia do this? The overarching energy is the Ace of Pentacles. If they do find something, they're going to bring new things of value forward. New information is going to come out from this. This is actually very encouraging at this point. It doesn't mean they'll be able to prove anything and get MAGA to buy into it, but right now it's very encouraging. Hi, kitten. And I've got an orange cat in here who's very interested in this now. The lesson to be learned is the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, it's kind of like there was a conspiracy. There were multiple parties working behind the scenes to subvert the will of the voters. This could also be the investigators that are looking into this, discussing, comparing notes. Libby had her video called The Five Eyes, where the intelligence agencies for the 5 different countries were getting together and comparing notes. That could be this as well. That we need to share our information. Holy crap. Okay. I like that. The outcome is the Ace of Wands. A strong message coming forth. Speak softly, but carry a big stick. Okay, guys. I don't want to get everyone's hopes up, okay? That's a great way to feel really crushed on November the 6th, right? But the way these cards are dropping, it seems like, yeah, they're looking at it. Russia was involved. Musk was probably involved with them. They're looking at it. They're going to come out with some messaging on it. And it's going to be new messaging, and it's going to be powerful. It's going to bring things of value. They're going to show how this was done. And it's going to be multiple people that were involved, not only in the overthrowing of the will of the voters, but in the identification of that little conspiracy to overthrow the will of the voters. So encouraging cards. For those of you that stuck around, I'm thank you for sticking around so long. I know we're 25 minutes into this, and you're probably on your second cup of coffee right now. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this, please give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment. I read them all. Even when I have 2,000 of them, I do read them all. I respond to many of them. And to the Trump trolls, there's none of you that made it this far, but you know what? Screw you guys. You could put your little comments, and then I just delete them. I usually give you a verbal opinion of what I think of you, and then I delete it and hide it from the channel. So thank you all for watching. Thank you for your well wishes for my brother. I'll give him a call in a little bit and see how he's doing. I know he's still not ready to come back yet, and we'll just see what he does right now. He still needs a little more time to process it. So let's all take a deep breath. This is part of the plan. Trust in Spirit. Spirit has this. We just have to hold its beer long enough and let it do its job. So thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful night. Bye, folks.